All right. Well, do you guys want to share your controversial opinions? Unpopular?
I'll do mine because yours are funny. Mine are kind of serious. Should I do that?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, more notes. You
I
can't
know,
do
I
anything
did.
without notes.
Okay, so this is, well, I don't know. They're both kind of controversial.
Let me see this here. Let me see. The back and forth, back and
Yep.
front and back.
Okay.
What is this? 34,000 per year
Okay.
annual cost of housing?
Okay. So the first
don't
thing,
know.
a lot of people are for capital punishment.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't.
Yeah.
People go back and forth and back and forth. And then there's financial reasons.
Are you going to say kill all prisoners?
No,
That would be very euthanize all criminals.
No, I'm against the death penalty.
Wow. Me
Which
too,
is,
but-
I don't know, is that real controversial? Some
Well,
people are.
it is kind of controversial for some reason because some people, and it's ironic, they're usually like Christians, right-wing, conservative types that go, praise God, woo,
We're
but
pro-
kill.
They're pro-life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically,
Only when it applies to the womb.
No, I'm very anti-capital punishment.
you know, I mean, when people use the excuse that, you know, it costs a lot of money to kill someone,
Oh, my mom's coming with the stats. Watch
you
the
know.
fuck out, haters.
Okay, so in California, per year, what we spend on a prisoner is $34,150.
That's so much money.
That's to house and, you know, all that other stuff. To kill somebody, we've spent over the average cost of 11 executions in the past 27 years was $250 million.
Why? For how many executions?
11.
It's mostly
Wait, why?
because of the legal expenses, because you're entitled to
Because
pretty much
these guys-
unlimited appeals
Right.
when you are sentenced to the death penalty. But the public opinion really ebbs and flows on that. And it was-
250 million?
250 million is the average cost of 11 executions. And that's been in the past 27 years in California.
hasn't killed anyone in
I said
quite
in
a
the past
while.
27
That is
years.
fucking insane. That is
Right.
so like the moral issue of sentencing someone to death is a whole different argument, but like it's wasting that much money.
And this is another thing that I thought was really interesting.
We ain't got money for schools, but we got money for executions, boy. Woo!
So the average age of someone that's executed,
Yeah.
what do you think it would be?
They're probably old because they sit in jail for a long ass time.
49 years old.
Yeah.
That's the average. I'm thinking like, 49, leave them alone.
Well, just
You
keep
know,
them
let
in
'em-
jail
just
if
keep
they're a
'em-
danger to society.
life without the chance of parole.
Right.
My problem with the death sentence is that there's always going to be a small chance that they're actually innocent. And we've
Exactly.
seen this time and time
Yeah.
again over and over
Especially
and
if
over
you're
again.
black.
Yeah,
You
and it's
know?
applied so unevenly that your chances, if you're just an average white person, you commit a murder,
Right.
You're
chances
saying
are
African Americans or black Americans are sentenced to death at a much higher frequency.
well, yeah, minorities.
They're subject to
altogether.
all kinds of things much more than your white person.
But like, how is anybody okay with the prospect of us as a society condemning an innocent person to death?
Well, my dad used to say to me, I would rather let 27 people go than to accidentally kill one person.
27. Why 27?
What?
I
What
don't know.
context? What'd your dad do? Is your dad just a bike salesman? Why is he having these?
No, I mean, we were talking.
executing people?
I remember talking to my father. We used to
very
sit around
Did
the
dad moonlight as a Batman or something?
My dad and my family, when we were young, before even I met Dad, we used to sit around at
Why
dinner
27?
and talk politics. I don't know. I
I
just
think
threw
the
that out.
expression is 100.
Yeah,
But he would say he would rather let all these people go.
that's
that
very
are
wise.
guilty
And I
than
think
one
that's what they say is that's what they say about justice, right? Is better. That's why the reasonable doubt is there because it's better to let.
Better to free 100 guilty men than
Yes.
and then let one innocent
put
guy.
one innocent man to death.
Yeah.
And we see it all the time. DNA comes out 20 years later.
Yeah.
These poor guys have been in prison 20, 30 years.
And sometimes when the DNA comes out, they still won't let him go, which I don't understand.
Texas.
I've heard that.
But the whole thing of even further is like obviously we all agree that murdering is immoral. So who is the state to make that?
Exactly.
Like
Right.
it's especially ironic because again, it's these conservative religious states that are the one doing all the executions. It's like, get your morals in order. Is murdering okay or not? If it's not, you can't murder someone.
You
Period.
should not kill people, and to prove that, we're going to kill
Exactly.
you for killing
Exactly. It's literally just
mass murder is kind of a wiggly.
Put them in jail and fucking
Yeah.
forget
Either
about
you're
it.
Right,
for
right.
it or you're not
Yeah,
for it.
there's
There's
no-
no gray matter.
So there's a cocktail that they use to murder somebody because lethal injection is how 29 states in our union kill people.
How else do they still kill people in like crazy old school
Gas.
ways?
Well, I think
What? They
Utah
gas people?
Utah just allowed you to choose hanging and or firing squad if you prefer.
I don't. No, thanks.
Well,
What
let
a
me tell you,
choice.
Alabama, Arkansas.
being thrown off a cliff, run over by a car.
Yeah, I'd rather get shot in the head. It's instant. So Alabama, Arkansas, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Utah, Wyoming, it's not legal to have lethal injection.
They don't allow it.
They don't allow it. There's three things that in this cocktail: sodium pentobarbital, ultras. Anyway,
We don't need the
Going into the weeds.
We don't
Basically,
need the
they give you an
chemical
anesthetic that knocks you out.
Yeah.
They give you something that stops you from breathing, and then the other one gives you a heart attack. But some people survive this,
Right.
which is horrible to watch. I can't imagine watching
Well,
something
I've
like
read
that.
about the cocktail. Apparently, one component makes you paralyzed, and the other makes your heart stop.
Right.
And apparently, if you don't lose consciousness, it's extremely painful, agony and painful. So
yeah.
you just sit there paralyzed, unbeknownst, and just die of this horrible, agonizing death.
And sometimes they have to do it again.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, just shoot him in the fucking head. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, let's not mince words here. You're killing somebody. Let's
mean,
not try to act like it's all beautiful.
I'd rather just have someone straight, I mean, you're not going to survive that.
No.
Each
Well, firing squad, but don't they shoot you in the chest?
Well, firing squad, you can miss.
Yeah, pick your spot.
I would just take a gun and just
10
shoot
people.
it
I want to
right
be
in
dropped
someone's
from an
head.
airplane. I want to be thrown off a cliff. You should be able to choose. If you're going to kill them, they should be able to choose the way they die. Thrown to some sharks.
I don't know.
Yeah. Skydiving accident.
I don't know. But do you know it costs $200 for an injection? Each injection?
$200.
Yeah. Costs
Seems fair.
$200.
You're saying that the comparison of the cost of the injection compared to the actual cost of executing someone is that's what's interesting about the price of it?
Well, I mean, when you talk about when people say, "Oh, the cost of keeping someone alive," there's so many costs of when they're on death
So you're in favor,
row.
let's get the serum out and just start killing people?
No, I'm against it because it
Okay.
costs too.
Well, you said it's $200. It seems like a good deal compared to keeping someone in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying it costs money to kill someone. It costs money to kill someone.
But it's only $200. That's a good ass deal.
Well, okay.
I don't get your
True.
point. That's a
Good
bargain.
value. Good
Yeah.
value.
That's only one thing. Just add it up. It's a lot of money.
It may be controversial in some circles, but I am 100% with you, Mom. Abolish the capital punishment.
Abolish it.
We have to decide. We have to decide who we are. Are we murderers? Or are we not murderers? Period.
Yeah.
I think public opinion has swung back into the majority of people being against the death penalty, where the majority of people were pro-death penalty maybe 10 years ago.
Put him in a
See
cell.
that swing back. And
Put them in a hole.
Put him in,
Like
in a
Saddam.
solitary confinement.
Can we
like
plan-
Charles Manson.
Can we put them in holes? In the
in a
desert?
hole? No, that would be.
Oh,
No, you can't
okay.
do that.
And of course, Trump, at the end of his alleged presidency, managed to
Alleged
speed up
president?
federal
Well, hold on, hold on.
executions.
Yeah, he was definitely.
It's not
president.
an alleged presidency.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Careful
just
there,
like him.
libtard.
disgraceful presidency.
Okay, there
That's
you
more
go.
accurate.
He managed to execute 10, 12 people in the last 6 months just
Yeah.
to well, we got these people on death row. Let's kill them all. And there hadn't been any federal executions in
Yeah, I
a
heard
few
about,
years.
and I thought some of those guys had at least a few of them had questionable verdicts.
circumstances,
Yeah.
contravening evidence.
Yeah, he does that to appease the Christians. We love Jesus. Number one, don't kill people. Let's kill him. Let's kill them all.
Right.
Dad, what's yours?
I have a couple. One being a word to people who aren't getting vaccinated against COVID.
Here we go.
And their excuse is, the FDA hasn't approved this yet, and I'm not sure about it. So I'm going to wait and see, what happens. So, what they're really saying is, when all you guinea pigs, we're going to see how the rest of you do. And if all the rest of you are okay, then I feel it's safe for me. And, I think that kind of attitude is so contrary to what America is supposed to be about. E pluribus unum, it's on our money. It means from many one. E pluribus unum. It's on our money. From many one, meaning everyone should put all of their differences, all their hostilities aside and work for a common goal.
We're one country.
Like eradicating a deadly pandemic. But because there's so many unvaccinated people still, heavily Republican and heavily red states, you see the new variant coming back. States are trending up. Even California here, we've got the Devin Nunes parts of the state where people are getting sick again. So get with it, people. It's safe. Something like 99% of people who are dying of COVID now aren't vaccinated. How much more proof?
So a conservative would say to you, Dad, you're vaccinated. It protects you. Why do you care what I do?
Because your actions have a bearing on everyone else. If you catch COVID and you give it to someone else, all those medical costs are being borne by all of us. It's like the arguments, I'm a libertarian. I don't want to wear a seatbelt. I can't wear a motorcycle helmet. Well, the problem with all those arguments is the public at whole bears the cost for all these people who want to be irresponsible at no cost to themselves.
Dad, what do you say to the conservative that says you're just being a sheep? You're saying you want to be a guinea pig. Well, that makes you a sheep. You're the guinea pig, and they're the wolf.
Well, I'm a guinea pig that's not going to get COVID, and you're a wolf that probably is going to get COVID.
So you admit you're a sheep?
No. I'm using their figure of speech. I make independent decisions based upon the best possible evidence. And the overwhelming evidence...
Okay, let me ask you this checkmate question. Do you watch Rachel Maddow, yes or no?
Yes.
I do it. Busted. Busted.
Yeah, we do. We watch CNN and MSNBC.
Busted.
Well, but then I watch Tucker Klansman. So that
you know what? This morning, Dad and I were watching the news, and they were discussing the talking heads, if you will. They were discussing when we used to, when polio was alive and well, and when they first came up with the serum, how everybody celebrated and was like lining up to get their shots, and that the news organization was so much more simple. You had Walter Cronkite, you had fewer, you didn't have the social media, and you didn't have Fox News promoting all these lies for political purposes, which makes no sense at all, because you're telling people, like Tucker Carlson has been vaccinated, and yet he gets on his channel and tells people not to do it. So if you're telling someone else not to do it, why are you vaccinated?
Well, he hasn't admitted publicly that he's vaccinated.
No, he is.
No,
how do you know
he has
that?
not publicly admitted.
Yeah.
He hasn't publicly admitted it, but people that know him,
Mom injected him.
Okay, all right.
I'm telling you.
I'm about to get my second cease and desist letter for this.
Okay.
Mom keeps this up about Carl Tuckelson.
Yeah, well.
Well, we call him Carl tucks the dick between the legs.
Tucker Klansman. I like that one.
I don't know.
Thank you, Dino.
Okay, okay, you guys are coming with some political takes. I was thinking more like, so mine, for example, was that I don't like pasta. You guys have anything like maybe a less
Talk to
politi-
your son. Yeah. I rise in defense of season 8 of Game of Thrones.
No, I'm out.
That's a good one.
Now you're gonna get canceled. How do you defend that show? Go ahead.
I hated
dare
the
you.
ending. I hated
dare
it.
you to defend that dog shit, fucking mutilated, aborted fetus of a fucking. It's so bad it ruined the whole series.
How do
It's
you
just
really feel?
So fucking half. It's not even half baked. It's not even cooked. I mean, it's just dog shit. Go ahead.
Okay. The last episode, I will grant, was it seemed like a real easy and convenient way to work things out.
You
Well,
say
that's what we're talking about.
Say
Didn't
something. You defend that.
but season 8 was a lot more than just the final episode.
I know. I watched every
Yeah,
godforsaken
but the last
episode.
episode is what ruined it.
No. It's all bad. Go ahead, Dad.
No, it's not. No, I mean there was great stuff there. We had the battle there with all the walkers coming and them defending whatchamajigger.
Oh, this is a great defense. The whatchamajigger.
That was a great episode.
You're talking about when Daenerys destroyed the whole Red Keep with the dragon? What are you talking about?
No, when the army of the dead attacked Winterfell at the very end there. When
was so fucking
Dothraki
dumb.
went charging out there and you just
It was so dumb. They built up the Night King all season long.
Right.
He literally amounted to nothing. No motivation. No backstory.
It was way too
Fucking
easy to kill him.
nothing. And then this douche shows up and nobody gives a fuck. Jon Snow is just kind of like rolling around and fucking being a dumbass, a piece of shit. He's the chosen one. He doesn't do shit. And then all of a sudden Arya's like, "Oh, I got a fucking dagger." Ugh. And it's like literally all this buildup for nothing. Literally unfathomably dumb and ruinous.
disagree. First, Jon Snow was trapped by one of the
He
dragons
was the
there,
hero
could
that
not
was
get-
picked to defend the world. He was the hero of light. He's
Okay.
not a little bitch that's supposed to be trapped in the fucking corner.
In the
Stupid,
meantime,
pointless.
The whole curve of the show, Arya spent training for this. Mm-hmm. She was
The
that
assassin.
great scene where she fought. What's her name? The Gwendolyn Christie's. The
She
big
was
blonde.
training to be an assassin. Sure, she had an interesting story lined up for her, but everything came to nothing because the whole prophecy that we're all meant to believe in, there was no notion the whole series that this prophecy was going to go askew or that it was Arya. It was literally just shit, beyond shit writing, fucking aborted writing. It was just this writing is just mutilated and fucked.
Well,
Plus,
Dan and
you know-
Dave would disagree with that.
I
but-
didn't like that Jon Snow killed
Okay, no one liked that.
Killed who?
Daenerys.
Daenerys.
Gives a shit. The whole thing was literally doesn't exist in my mind. The whole it doesn't. It's how Dan. Do you have an opinion on this?
Oh yeah, I hated it as well. I'm
It
with
was
this side of the room.
horrible.
I'm sorry,
and,
Gary.
And Brandon,
The
after
show would
he
be
was
better-
in nothing the whole show.
Oh yeah, that's a total piece of. Okay, cool. Oh, the fucking the one-eyed raven, three-eyed raven. And he's like, I'm king, bitch. What's up now?
Yeah.
Like he was prophesizing the whole time. He could see the future, and all he was doing was scheming to be king. Like what the fuck? Pointless,
what-
dumb, horrible. I wish that episode was never even made.
Well, what about when Bran got out of his wheelchair at the end and fought the Night King?
What?
Oh, wait, that didn't happen. That might have been a better ending instead of just sitting
he-
there like
dude,
a bump on a log.
The whole series, he was, it didn't make any
I
sense that
literally
Brandon
can't
would be the
take-
king.
there's nothing redeeming. That
Hey.
season was beyond repair.
I like the last episode of Lost too. So
I never watched that show.
that was also
know.
very
My dad's
controversial.
My
Okay,
dad's easy to entertain.
that's my take.
I've got
That's
another.
definitely controversial, so I applaud you for that.
Yeah.
Dan and Dave, if you want to reach out to me personally and thank me, you can
Those guys
reach
ruined
me
their
at the
careers.
show.
They got so greedy. They're like, "Oh, HBO's going to give us a show," and then they ended the show so poorly that I think HBO recanted their offer.
Well, they were supposed to go do a Star Wars movie.
Right.
Yeah, and they're like,
right.
"Fuck you,
Right.
you suck." They took it back. They're not doing shit now.
How many years did that Game of Thrones?
What was it?
like 7 years or
8
something.
seasons.
It's
so-
just
To film.
But it was every other year. It was 10 years, I think, overall
I mean,
it
to
was on.
end it like that after all of
it's
that, with the
just-
actors had to
They
deal with
spit in my
weather.
face.
and-
They stomped on my face, and I'm not into that kind of thing. I
It
know
was
some
so
people
good at the
are.
beginning.
My dad apparently is into that type of thing.
I don't know.
If you go back and watch the first season, the pacing, the character development, everything was so beautiful, so amazing. And like as you build up, you have all of these wonderful plots that are coming to diverge, and then it's diverging, and they just go fuck everything. Horrible. Worst show, worst ending to a show ever by far.
Yeah.
In fact, it's so bad that I can no longer enjoy the show. I can't even go back and rewatch it because I know it doesn't go anywhere.
Right, right. Well, it was really entertaining. It was an amazing show. Everyone couldn't wait.
I was so invested.
You know,
man.
everybody was. And then at that last show, just, you know, and when Daenerys came out and the wings were behind her, and you thought, oh, this is going to be epic.
What an awesome
and
shot
then it just
when
went
she came up the
nosedive.
stairs and
I
It
didn't
just yeet right into oblivion.
Yate.
what about Jamie and Cersei? That was
Did that work?
lying in
Hold
a
on, we have
cave.
to analyze
did
my
that-
mom's
did
use
that-
of
he-
Yate.
Oh,
Okay, well, first of all, you said it wrong. It's not
What?
Yate.
Yeet?
Yes, Yeet.
Okay, yeet into oblivion.
Do we accept that, Dan?
Uh,
Because you yeet something.
I said it right, but I didn't pronounce it right.
you're saying that the creators of the show yeeted the quality of the show into oblivion.
No.
No, no,
She's
no.
saying Daenerys.
Daenerys
No, Dad, you know she
came
doesn't-
out and it was epic, and then from there the whole show just
No. You were saying she was on a dragon and she yeeted herself to the city.
No.
no, that's not what I said.
That's not what she
Shit.
said.
So go ahead, rephrase the yeet. Rephrase the yeet.
Now I don't even remember exactly how I said it.
I remember what she said. I'd give it to her. I give it to her.
But
Yeah.
she said yeast
Come
or
on.
something.
Well, except that,
Dan.
that's
Give you
that's your
$100.
call.
Dan's my friend.
We're going to give you $100 bonus today for that yeast. Yeah, yeasted themselves.
25 for you there, Dan.
Daenerys, okay, so Daenerys' descent into madness, while an interesting plot point,
Right.
was so fucking rushed. I couldn't possibly believe that the amount of shit that she's been through her whole life,
Right.
and then this small little fucking blip has turned her has caused her to turn
the
into this
dark
murderous psychopath. It's just, if you're gonna do that big of a character shift, you need to give it the justice it deserves. And for those reasons, there's nothing redeeming about that season, and shame on you.
I agree.
But that's a good controversial take, though.